Good morning, grade 4. Welcome to the English class. How are you all doing today? Have you all heard about the Jataka tales? Jataka tales are works of literature native to India, and these are tales about Gautam Buddha's previous births. And these tales strive to teach people lessons about behaving well. Today, we are going to learn a play. It's called The Youngest Prince. This is a story adapted from a Jataka tale. And this play describes the story of a young prince. Even though he was the youngest of the three sons, how he inherited the kingdom from his father following the advice of his teacher. So, all of you please turn to page number 111 of your English reader. Let's read the play, The Youngest Prince. Now, here in this page, you can see the characters in the play are described here. Let's go through the names of the characters. The characters are Old King, the eldest prince Vikram, second prince Virat, the youngest prince Gamini, a wise teacher, citizen 1, citizen 2 and citizen 3. So, these are the characters described in this play. Now, let's move to the first scene, and the first scene, the setting is the king's court. So, this is happening at the king's court. So, please look into your textbook. Let's read the play. The narrator: the king is seated on his throne in the royal palace, surrounded by his courtiers. His three sons are seated on the royal dais just below the throne. So, the setting is the king's court, and the narrator is describing about the setting. So, the king is seated on his royal throne and he is surrounded by all his courtiers or his ministers. Courtiers means ministers, and the three sons are seated on the royal dais just below the king's throne. And what do you mean by dais? It means a low platform. Now, king to his sons. Let's see what the king is saying to his sons. My sons, you have completed your education under the guidance of your able teachers. Now the time has come for you to go to the different provinces, develop the country and help the people. So what do you mean by provinces? Provinces means the kingdom. The royal kingdom will be divided into parts, and these parts are called provinces. So the king is telling his sons that now that they have completed their education, they are ready to take up their responsibilities. They have to go to the different provinces of the kingdom and learn to rule and manage his people. Now let's see what the princes reply to king. The princes are saying, yes, your majesty. So the king said these to the princes and they agreed upon this. Now, in scene 2, the setting is the teacher's cottage. So, the narrator is describing about the setting. The narrator is saying, Prince Gamini goes to his teacher. He is the youngest prince and has been educated by the best teacher. So, among the sons of the king, Prince Gamini was the youngest. And one day, Prince Gamini has gone to his teacher's cottage. And Prince Gamini is telling his teacher, Master, I have come to you for guidance. So, Prince Gamini has gone to his teacher for some guidance. And the teacher is saying, yes, my son, what is it that you want to know? So, Prince Gamini has gone to his teacher for some guidance, and the teacher is inquiring to Prince Gamini about the situation. And Prince Gamini says, Noble master, the time has come for me to go to a province. Which province should I select? So, Prince Gamini was feeling a bit confused. So, he has gone to his teacher, and to his teacher he is asking that his father has told him to take up the duty of a province, but he doesn't know which province should he choose. So, for that guidance he has come to his teacher, and the teacher says, do not select any province. Instead, tell your father, the king, that if he sends you out, there will be no son remaining to save him in the capital city. So, what the teacher says? The teacher is trying to guide Gamini to the best. So, the teacher says not to select any particular province. Instead, the teacher asks Prince Gamini to convince his father, the king, not to send him to any province. Instead, what should Prince Gamini do? Let's see. And Prince Gamini again asked his teacher, how best can I serve my father and the people in this capital city? Since the teacher has asked Prince Gamini not to select any province, Gamini again asked his teacher, how can he serve the people of his country if he is not selecting any province? Then what did the teacher say? Ask the king to let you be the one to collect fees and taxes and distribute benefits to the people. If he agrees, then carry out your duties honestly and faithfully with energy and kindness. So, the teacher advises Prince Gamini to ask to the king if Prince Gamini can be the one who should collect fees and taxes from the people so that he can distribute it to the benefits of people. And if the king agrees to this condition, he has to honestly perform all his duties. So that is what the teacher advised Prince Gamini. And then Gamini, with bowed head, I'll do as you say, master. So he bowed his head in front of his teacher to show respect, and he said that he will follow his teacher's advice, and then he left. So let's move on to the next scene. Here the setting is the market scene. So the narrator is describing about the setting. The narrator says, the prince follows his teacher's advice. The king trusts his youngest son and is glad to assign these duties to him. So, as per the teacher's advice, Prince Gamini went to his father and asked his father, the king, if he can be the one to collect the fees and taxes and distribute it among the people for their benefits. And the king trusted his youngest son and bestowed this duty upon his youngest son, Prince Gamini. So, let's see. So, one of the citizens in the king's kingdom is talking to other two people. So, citizen 1, the people of a country or a kingdom are called its citizens. So, citizen 1 says, Prince Gamini is so kind and generous. Then, citizen 2, I could not pay my taxes this year. So, he said I could pay them next year. Then, citizen 3 says, our crop failed and we had no food. Prince Gamini gave us money, food and clothes. And all of them together says, long live Prince Gamini. So what happened? The citizens, 3 of the citizens of the kingdom were talking to each other about all the good deeds of Prince Gamini. Prince Gamini is so kind and generous, he is loved by all the people of the country. And then citizen 2 was explaining that once he did not have enough money to pay the taxes for the year, and Prince Gamini exempted him from paying taxes that year. And the third citizen was telling to others that once his crop failed, he was a farmer, so once his crop failed and they had no food to eat. At that time, Prince Gamini saved them by giving them food and money and also clothes. So it seems that Prince Gamini is loved by all and will make a great king one day. So children, go through all these scenes once again. We'll see the rest of the play in the next class. Thank you.